Okay, let's unpack this. We're looking at some material you shared about a pretty significant legal change over in Sweden.
That's right. The sources we have point to a new law that actually came into effect quite recently, April 1st, 2025.
I mean, we received a lot of asylum seekers last year, 160,000, and we had a lot of asylum seekers in the past years as well. And historically, it's been about half of the people that get to stay and half of the people that has to return. Everybody that are in need of international protection will get to stay. They will get protection in Sweden. But of course, when numbers are rising, there will be more people that will get permits to stay, and there will be more people that will have to go back. So this is more of a mathematical example.
April 1st, okay. And it seems to have had, well, an immediate impact.
Yes, a swift and pretty substantial impact, according to these documents.
And the initial group, the ones primarily targeted first, seems to be rejected asylum seekers
We are so
based
much
on the
more
material.
able to handle
Exactly. The sources
a
are
lot
clear
more,
on
I
that.
think. I
One of the
think
main
that,
things is,
that there
well,
are the
individuals whose
oppositional
asylum
party
claims were denied,
is
they're
hiding
now
behind
blocked,
economics.
essentially.
Blocked
And,
from what
I think
exactly?
that
from
is a
switching
non-issue
over to a
problem
work
because
permit
Sweden
while
can
they're still
afford it.
physically in Sweden.
So I believe in open
That
borders.
pathway,
That's my
it's
opinion.
just closed off now by this law.
Right, okay, so that in-country switch is gone for them.
Right.
But here's something the
I
sources
think we
also
can do it.
highlight, which
Because, I mean,
you might
we
find
are
quite striking.
a very rich country,
It doesn't
and we
just
can
stop
cope with
there.
this.
No,
And
it doesn't.
also
It
the
actually
people who
affects
comes
people
here,
who already have work
they are
permits,
very,
people
most
legally
of them,
working there
not
right
most
now.
of them, but many
Yes,
of them are
and
very
this is, I think, a
educated.
really
So we
crucial
can use
detail
them actually
in the
to
material
work as a
provided.
doctor, engineer,
For people who are already
nurse,
there,
and so on.
already working on a
So
valid
I think
permit.
it's
Yeah.
good
Well,
for the country.
when it's time to renew, to get an
and
extension,
what you hear about that, we
they
have
can't just apply
Swedish
from within
Democrats.
Sweden anymore.
They say,
Wait,
no,
really?
we can't do this.
So what do they have to do then?
They physically have to
yes,
leave
we
the
can.
country. That's what the sources describe. Exit Sweden completely.
Just to apply for an extension?
To even start the application
be refugees
process
and come
for a
to- you can be-
renewal or a new
have
permit, they have to do it from
Great
abroad.
education, you
Wow.
can be a doctor
The disruption
anywhere,
there, I
but you
mean,
will not,
you have
not
to stop working, right?
have the
Exactly.
jobs.
Stop work,
So it
find
is
somewhere
a
else to stay
difficulty.
temporarily, deal with the application
both
from
for
outside.
the
I hope you can
refugees
get back
itself,
in.
it's also
Yeah,
for the
and
Swedish
the
track
uncertainty
actually
that comes with all of that.
to
It's,
embrace
uh,
them.
it's
to come
significant.
here,
And the
because we need
scale
them
of this?
in the long
Are we
way.
talking small numbers? The sources seem to suggest otherwise.
No, not small numbers. The documents indicate it's already affecting thousands of people.
Thousands.
Yes, thousands currently being forced to leave or who will have to leave soon, purely because of this legislative change. And it's ongoing.
Okay, so it's a continuous outflow then.
That's the picture painted by the material, yes.
Okay, so to sum it up briefly, this law, effective April 1st, 2025, is causing thousands to leave Sweden.
That's the bottom line.
It stops rejected asylum seekers switching to work permits inside the country, and maybe the bigger surprise forces existing work permit holders to physically leave Sweden just to apply to continue their jobs.
It definitely redraws the lines for many non-EU workers and asylum seekers there.
Which leaves us, and you listening, with a final thought, really drawn from these details. What does it actually signify? What does it signify when a system requires people who are already integrated, already working legally with a permit, to physically uproot themselves, leave the country, just to go through the paperwork to potentially come back and continue?
That's certainly a question the sources leave you pondering.
Something to think about, definitely, based on the information we've looked at today.